Enbridge has agreed to a settlement of a class action lawsuit. It was filed on behalf of everyone who lived within 1,000 feet of the Kalamazoo River when that oil pipeline ruptured, spilling more than 800,000 gallons of crude into the river back in 2010. New tonight, 24-hour News 8's Danny Carlson went to Calhoun County, getting reaction from those whose lives were affected by that huge spill.
Of all of the people that we spoke to today, the only ones who had heard anything about the class action suit or settlement were the ones who had filed it, and they told us they were under a gag order, couldn't say anything.
I just figured that,
It's not that Rick Fry has forgotten what it was like in his hometown in the days after the oil spill. Far from it.
It was a smell that lasted a while. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But more than 4 years later, he says he and his family are content with the river cleanup and that they were never looking for anything more than that.
It's not like it was something that they did intentionally. It's not like, accidents happen every day. And when it gets right down to it, they did, they did what they needed to do.
And while others we spoke to off camera said they weren't as happy with how Enbridge handled everything, the feeling was still a couple $100 wouldn't make that much of a difference. Because that's likely what the settlement will mean to individuals who live along the Kalamazoo River from Talmadge Creek to Morrill Lake. Enbridge also will agree to test wells on request and donate $150,000 to local charities. But for the average Joe who lived on the river back in 2010, everyone within 200 feet will split $250,000 between them. 201 feet to 1,000 feet will each get gift cards to use in Calhoun and Kalamazoo counties, cards that decrease in value further from the river. In order to get that money, people have to file a form.
5, 6.
If they don't do anything, they're still bound by the settlement, but don't get anything. An Enbridge rep told me over the phone today the gift cards were picked so the money stays in Kalamazoo and Calhoun counties, and sent me a statement which reads in part that Enbridge, quote, agreed to this settlement as part of our overall commitment to address the concerns of the community.
The settlement agreement still has to be approved by a federal judge. In Ceresco tonight, Danny Carlson, 24-hour News 8.